Friendship is expensive. It's like having a bank account. Sometimes you deposit and sometimes you withdraw. So if you have a friend that is always withdrawing and never depositing, you have to leave that person after this meeting because it's going to leave you bankrupt. So irreplaceable friends honor you with their presence, honor you with their substance. They are there for you. One of the most important things about friendship is knowing somebody you can count on, that this person will be there for me. For everyone that came here to honor a friend today, I want you to know that the person that has come for you today is valued and irreplaceable. Because there is none of them that doesn't have a church somewhere to go. But some of them had to take permission because they had to honor you. Now I want you to know that he's a friend and God will bless them. Somebody said, if you have 6 friends and there are multi-millionaires, he said you are the 7th multi-millionaire. If you have 6 friends, 6 of them are poor, you are the next poor man in town. So who is your friend is important. In fact, I learned 2 friends went somewhere in the wood, in the forest to do something. And suddenly, one brought out his sneakers. They were having a backpack. He brought out his sneakers and started wearing it very fast and wearing the other day. He said, where are you? Why are you wearing it? He said, look at the lion there. He said, you want to run? You can't outrun a lion. So at least I can outrun you. David saw that a lion was coming after his sheep. What did he do? He said he went after the lion. They had a backpack. They were in the wild. Probably they had some weapons. Say, lion is coming. Say, we'll get that lion killed. You motivate your friend. The lion is coming, you are going. The lion will stop. I don't know what I'm communicating. But the moment you turn your back and run, you become a victim to that lion. A friend who said, I will stand in for you, no matter what happens. So he will go for the lion. But the guy said, I know I cannot outrun the lion, but at least if I outrun you, you can be the victim of the lion. Fake friends can sacrifice their friends. They can sacrifice your friends. They can use their friends to climb. Fake friends are not grateful. Fake friends have a sense of entitlement every time. Some of them, when you give them money, say, Chief, thank God. You gave me 50,000. The whole Chief, thank God like you. I don't know what I'm communicating. No matter what you give to them, they are not satisfied. They always feel that they deserve much more than you give to them. That's how you know them. They are never grateful. How do you know irreplaceable friends? I've mentioned it in the passing. Unwavering commitment. Unwavering commitment. 1 Samuel chapter 23. 1 Samuel chapter 23, 14 to 18. You're going to see the story of Jonathan and David. Unwavering commitment. Jonathan stripped himself and gave everything to David. Jonathan found out his father wanted David dead. What did he do? He protected David with his own life. Jonathan protected David. In fact, his father called him. He said, as long as the son of Jesse is alive, you will never mount the throne of Israel. And Jonathan said to David, we may not have time to read it. Say, I know that you will be the king of Israel, but I will be your next. So he was willing to sacrifice his own position. Somewhere I was reading something about Cristiano Ronaldo. When they were coming, they were playing football, and there was someone that was better than him. But the person gave his position to Ronaldo. Till today, he still phones that guy like crazy. There are some people you help, they won't even remember you to say thank you. But when you see committed friends, they make sacrifices for you. In that story, the Bible tells us Saul went to look for David and couldn't find him. In the same forest, Jonathan went and found him. The Bible said God will not deliver David to the hand of Saul. I pray over you today, God will never deliver you into the hands of your enemies. He went everywhere searching for him, couldn't find him. The Bible says Jonathan loved David like he loved his own soul. He loved David like he loved his own soul. He was committed to David with everything he had. Now look at John chapter 15, verse 12 to 15. John 15, 12 to 15. This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you. Not just that you love, but the same way I have loved you, love one another. Anywhere there is love, you don't need to pray too hard and too long before God answers prayers. As long as there is love in a family, the man is loving the wife. I'm going to come to that later. The wife is loving the husband. Any little prayer you pray, God has already answered before you call. But in any home where there is anger, where there is bitterness, where there is irritation, where there is unforgiveness, even if you like, hold your hands together and put your head together and put your leg together and pray. God will not answer you people. Look at the next verse. He said, greater love had no man than this, that a man laid down his life for his friends. Praise the Lord. I read this story. Today, in the Catholic Church, in the Anglican Church, and in some other churches, they have nights. And there was this crusading night. In those days, they used to have crusade. There was this crusading night. So as he went to organize a crusade, a gang of Muslims, I think the man's name is Saladin or something, and they rounded him off, broke the crusade, and arrested him. In fact, they kidnapped him. And they took him back to their camp. And they said, we want you to make your last wish before you kill you. We'll kill you. And he said to them that you can kill me, but my wife loves me so much. If you kill me, you have also killed my wife. Spare me for the sake of my wife. The man laughed. He said, the moment your wife hears that you are dead now, say, in the next 1 month, say, the woman has been married. In fact, the woman will even be happy that you are there so you can get another better husband. And he said, I know my wife. She loves me very well. She can do anything for me. Saladin said, okay, I'm going to send my men to your house. Give us your address. He said, we're going to ask your wife to offer her right hand. And if she agrees that they cut off her right hand, and they bring the right hand to me, I will let you go. And the man said, deal. So he sent some of his militias to the man's house. They got there, and they said, are you aware that your husband is with us? He said, yes. Do you want him to leave? He said, yes. So we want to amputate your right hand. If Saladin sees your right hand, then your husband will come back alive. He said, is it only my right hand that is in there? She said, yes. She offered her right hand. And they cut off her right hand. And immediately Saladin saw it. He said, I didn't know that there are genuine women like that. And he set the man free. Can I ask the woman here a question? Okay, I should not ask. Can I tell you something? There was something the man meant to that woman. There was something the man meant to that woman that will make her offer her right hand. There are some people here now. He said, so the man's head is still there. He said, come out the head. Foolish man. In fact, I traveled to the village for burial. And the Anglican priest was telling us a story of another man that died in my place. And they went for burial. And after the burial, the priest, they entertain them differently. If it's the Anglican church, you have to send their own things, to the parsonage before they come for burial. But as soon as they were busy covering the grave and the choir was singing, as soon as the choir finished singing, the woman went to the person, the DJ, saying he wants a special number. Hello? You may not understand the special number that I will sing it for you. The special number says, Owabam na hume soribe, Owabam na hume soribe. All the other widows came out and started passing with her. Make Lord come off for my head. Make I follow my friends. Make I follow. So, they were still covering the grave as soon as the priest left. He said, give the special number. She had already joined the Widows Association before the man was buried. There was a social club in Nigeria in those days when money was so valuable. If a man dies, they will give the wife some millions. Before you know it, all the men were almost dead. Sacrificial commitment. Sir, okay, let me break it down at this point. Let me tell you the essence of today's meeting. We want this meeting to bless our friends. There are some friends who have been there for you. May God be there for them. Number 2, we want our homes to become friendship centers. In many homes, including Christian homes, people are just cohabiting. You are just staying with that woman because of the vacancies who don't come out from the marriage. So you are there. The woman said, I'm just there for my children. The man said, it's because of Junior. But your home will be beautiful if your husband becomes your best friend. If your wife becomes your best friend. Somebody sends you a nonsense text message. You transfer it to your wife. Says, look at what this person said. Can you help me reply the person? Do you know why? Because there is what? A genuine relationship. In many homes, our husbands, our wives have become like thorn in the flesh. So we have to keep managing them. The relationship is dead. The marriage is dead. But you cannot afford to bury the corpse. So you keep that corpse in the mortuary and you keep nursing it there. How beautiful it is that your daughter is your friend. You can say, Mommy, look at what is going on. Look at what this man told me. Look at what is going on. Now, your daughter can confide in you. There are many teenagers that will never confide with their parents at all. So if they have any challenge, they'll rather go to somebody else. And the persons they may go to may not give them the right advice. Let me say this. This is holiday period. You have to be careful. The people that hang around your children. If there is an uncle or there is an aunt that your children don't want to hang around, don't force them on your children. There is a reason they are avoiding that child. And if there is an uncle or an aunt your children are so crazy about, also be careful why they are so crazy about that child. Somebody told me, anytime the little child is crying, they just give it to the uncle. They give the child to the uncle. As soon as the uncle living in their house carries the child to the room, the child will keep quiet. So every time they say, "I am picking," don't they cry? They carry the child to the room, the child will keep quiet. One day, I don't know why God did that, but breeze or whatever blew and the curtain opened. And he saw that as soon as the child starts crying, he will bring the manhood and put it in the mouth of the child. So we have to be extremely careful. There are some of us, our parents, our children can't talk to us because we are their bullies, we're not their friends. So we don't even know what is going on in their life. There are some of you now, if I ask you, who is your son's best friend, you don't know. Who is your daughter's best friend, you don't know. You are not in their world. Excuse me. The essence of this meeting is that we should domesticate the atmosphere of friendship. If your home is friendly, it's going to be lovely. And God will fill that home. So as you go home today, ask yourself, how do I make my home friendly? How do I make my home, organically friendly? Everything flows naturally, especially as your children begin to grow up. I have a friend who is into teenage stuff. A girl got pregnant at the age of 13 years. How old? 13 years. She got pregnant. Who is responsible? An uncle, just by the next building. What happened? He said, he told me that he lost me. In the house, the parents will drink wine, they will drink malt, they will serve visitors, but they will never give their children even soft drinks. So the uncle told her, "I love you," and gave her Fanta. So that little girl who doesn't know the love of parents fell for Fanta, and she was pregnant at the age of 13 years. So if a child wants Fanta, they can go to mom and say, "Mom, I need Fanta." Now, if you are here, you have girls, learn how to give them money without a reason. I don't know what I'm communicating. Learn how to give them money without, what is it for? It's just for you. I love you. It's just for you. So as we live here now, make sure your sons are your friends. Make sure your daughters are your friends. Make sure your spouse is your friend. Can I ask you a question? In the street where you live, do you have a friend? There are some of us in the street where you live now, you have nobody's phone number on that street. There's no single human being on that street that you have the phone number. Something is happening in the night, you cannot quickly call it a neighbor or text a neighbor. Say, "Are you aware of the noise? What's going on?" You cannot communicate. There are some of us now, maybe you live in a house that has a block of flats. You are just on your own. You're on your own. Now, the way Nigeria is now, we need friends to survive. There are people who can't survive without our active friendship. One good thing about friends, they are not like your brothers and your sisters. Your brothers and your sisters are stuck with you for life, and you didn't choose them. I don't know whether I'm making sense. There are some of you now, if God gives you a chance to choose who your brothers and sisters are, you won't choose your brother, you won't choose your sister. And they won't choose you either. Because there are some brothers that are burdens. There are some sisters that are snakes. A girl in the church told me, said, Pastor, I have an accommodation problem. She was on campus and she had no accommodation. Somebody was spotting her. I said, but you told me your friend was spotting her. He said, I should pack my load. I said, what happened? He said, she told me something. I said, I shouldn't tell somebody. I didn't know when I told people. So she heard about it and said, I should pack. I said, have you packed? He said, yes. I said, good for you. When people tell you things in confidence, some secrets should die with you. Did you hear what I said? There are some things you hear, your husband will never hear it, your wife will never hear it, because people told you in confidence. Now those secrets should die with you. The moment you tell one person, when we're in Lagos, I'm not saying people should do stupid things. There was a girl in one of the churches around, and she was working in a bank. She has slept with the bank manager. She has slept with all the males in the bank, including the security man at the gate. And she was a chorister in the church. So one day after service, she started crying. He said, why are you crying? He said, I feel very worthless. I feel very valueless. It's not as if they're the ones looking for me. I'm the one even looking for them. He said, I've slept with every male in the bank, including the boys at the security house. He said, I just feel very bad. I feel like resigning. That one told her that, don't worry. As long as you have told me now, there is nothing God cannot do. From today, make sure you live right. It would have been better that she went to CNN. The girl told everybody in the choir, told everybody in the church. So when the girl heard that everybody heard about it, she committed suicide. Can I tell you something? Anybody that is around you that's always trying to fish out secrets from you, be careful. If somebody wants to ask you, your husband, how much does she give you for feeding money? They want to ask you all the details about your life. Why do you need information? When people are around you, they are very inquisitive, they are very fishy about information. Be careful about them. When people need information badly, make sure they don't get it. Some of you that work in public places, you're a civil servant, you work in a bank, you work in some institutions, you have to be very careful. Because your friend today can become your enemy tomorrow. But in the midst of it all, you should find people that you can stay with them and you're not afraid to share your secrets with them. There must be people that when you stay before them, you can be naked and you are not ashamed. If you don't have people like that, you'll be carrying so much load and so much burden in your heart. Recently, I learned a pastor committed suicide. What's happened? He's a very nice pastor. He's doing well. The church is doing well. What's wrong with him? The shocking thing is that he was even around with some friends. They went out, had some drinks. Sometimes we do. Go out there, had some drinks and gisted. But he didn't trust anybody to be able to open up what was going on in his heart. And sometimes you don't blame people. Because there are some people you can't afford to share your heart with. And you should be sensitive to discern them. But I want you to know that God will give you people that will be there for you. People that will have ear to listen to what you have to tell them. And people who will not destroy you with a bad advice. Hear this. One of the reasons for this meeting is that we want this place to be a community of friends. You should be able to find a friend in a church. There are many people in church, they have no friend. Jesus Christ for all of us, but every man to himself. So immediately after service, they carry their Bible and put it by their armpit. Trust and obey, for there is no other way. They don't care for anybody. That is wrong. How do you get friends? How do you get quality friends? If you want to get quality friends, don't look for friends. If you want to have quality friend, be a quality friend. Sister, didn't she in church? I hope you're okay. Can I pray with you? You move on. You bless people. You lead people. Once in a while, you invite people. People are going through a lot of things. So, yesterday, we had free medicals in the church. I saw a little boy of about 3 years. The boy was talking to himself as if he's a preacher. I called light. Excuse me. He said, this thing is it normal? This small boy is talking to himself. He said, not naturally children. I work with children talk to themselves. I said, no, this one is over. So I started watching the boy. And after a while, the boy just laid down his head. He brought back his head. He lay down. He brought back. And as another said, you know this boy? He said, yes. Who is he? Says my younger brother. I said, have you people eaten today? He said, no. So I took them to the shop there. I bought some biscuits for them. That boy came alive. So I'm sure the boy was telling God how hungry he was. And God was in heaven and was not doing anything about the hunger. So as the boy was enjoying the biscuit, another small child of his age came there and I asked him to give me some. He said no. That one started crying. There are many people who have little children who cannot feed them. In this present Nigeria, and I don't know where Nigeria is going, except there is an intervention. But in a time like this, God will give you quality friends. And may God make you a friend to somebody. There are people God will use you to bless. They may not be, and they may not say thank you to you. Don't bother about their thank you. Because there are other people that God will use to bless you. You have not done anything for. So I want us to reach out in this church. Have a friend. There are some people in this church that are doing baby dedication. It's the man and his wife and their little baby. And maybe they have 2 other babies. That's all. Not one person from their street. Not one person from their office. Not one person from anywhere. How do you live your life? Excuse me. We must learn to extend ourselves. We must learn to reach out to others. So if we come to a church like this, we should be able to be friendly. We should be able to have friends and bless friends. Some of us here will have siblings. I don't know what's going on. It looks like it's late. But you can revive a friendly atmosphere in your family. Is it possible that once in a year, maybe Christmas or Easter or something, all the siblings will gather somewhere and feast and talk and gist and talk about the family, talk about and be a blessing to one another? So we want to create an atmosphere of friendship everywhere we find ourselves. Finally, David and Jonathan had not just a relationship, they had a bond. The Bible says a three-pronged cord is not easily broken. What does that mean? It's a cord that had 3 strings. It's not easy to break it. Now, the first string is Elder Timothy. The second string is me. The third one is God. Between David and Jonathan, they vowed to each other. They made a covenant with each other. So God was a part of their relationship. So it's not just enough to have friends, but you have a friend and God, you are like covenant brothers, even though you are not from the same parents. Let me show you how important friendship is, and we close. There was a man going from Damascus, going from Jerusalem to Damascus. He was going there to arrest believers. What's the man's name? Saul. As he was on the way, a light hit him from heaven. He fell down, he became blind, and a voice was talking to him. Why are you persecuting me? For 3 days, he was so overwhelmed he couldn't eat. He was fasting, he couldn't drink. What did God do? God sent him a man called Ananias. Acts chapter 9. Ananias went to him. And Ananias touched him. And Ananias called him Brother Saul. He said, that Jesus you met on the way, he has sent me to come that you might receive your sight. He got back his sight. And Ananias helped him to become a Christian, led him to Christ. 3 things. Number 1, Ananias went for him. Friends go for their friends. Number 2, Ananias spoke right words and kind words to him. Brother Saul. Nobody had addressed him like that before. Brother Saul. So your friend will inspire you. Your friend will motivate you. Your friend will encourage you. Your friend will speak comfortable words. If you hang around people that talk you down, if you hang around people that their words are toxic, they are not your friends. By the time you hang around them for a while, their confidence disappears. They are not your friend. If you are a friend, when your friends are down, what do? Motivate them. If you are here, you are a woman, you told your husband, don't move out with that man, don't do anything with him, and you invested 2 million naira, and the 2 million naira is gone, and you come back, you tell your wife, you told me, oh, I invested the 2 million and my 2 million is gone. When your friend is down, you don't need to take him. Is there anyone called downer? Downest. When people are down, the man is regretting his 2 million. He's even saying, if I had listened to you. So I said it. You don't listen to your wife. Your wife is an angel God gave to you. But you prefer to run with this shekeleke that is in Job. Comfortable words. He looked at him, he called him Brother Saul. He had never seen him before. He heard that he was persecuting the church. But when Jesus said, go for him, number 1, he was there for him. Number 2, he spoke kind and comfortable words and comforting words to him. Number 3, he helped him to recover his sight. Help them to see where they can see. Help them to see the back of their heads, and they'll be very grateful. There are some people, when they come close to power, you know what they do? They just flatter them and say yes to everything. But that's not what genuine friends do. I have some big men of God that are far bigger than me. Anytime we're talking, I say, sir, you can't do that. He said, why? I said, this is what I think. with every sense of humility. And they will think about it. So I will think about it. I'll talk with my wife. I will think about it. But there's something to say, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. You are better hated for who you are than loved for who you are not. And people will know when to come for you. They will know that you will dispassionately tell them the truth. So when Ananias finished his work, he connected Saul to Barnabas. Barnabas, they call him son of encouragement. Do you know that after 3 years, nothing was heard about Saul again? Do you remember? Because they brought him out from a window through a basket in Damascus. Do you remember the story? And when he went to Jerusalem, he said, I'm not a believer like you. It's in the Bible. Everybody was careful about him. The guy went into extinction. Later, he told us that he went to the wilderness Arabia for 3 years. And he returned to Tarsus, his father's house. It was Barnabas that went to look for him. That the way God saved you, you shouldn't be in the village eating agbado. Barnabas became a ministry companion. And both of them were able to shake the kingdom. There's a friend who is here for you today. May both of you affect the kingdom of God. May you affect the kingdom of God positively. Maybe both of you to do some bad runs. From today, both of you will not do bad runs again. You don't hear what I talk. Maybe there are some things you normally do. Your wife's always complaining about. That's why I said, make they bring your friend here today. Make I talk to now. Make her hear. There are some married women that run in groups and do terrible things. They have all kinds of groups and social clubs. What I'm saying, you're hearing it for the first time. There are women that run social clubs and that run platforms and that run WhatsApp groups, that run a lot of things that even angels cannot run. That's why I say you should bring them here today. You are friends. What is the purpose of your friendship? I said a few days ago that definition is important. Okay, that was on Thursday. I was preaching to pastors. I said you can't find what you don't define. You cannot find what you don't define. So why are we friends? Let your friends help you make heaven. Let your friends help you rise. Let your friends help you succeed. Let your friends help you hit the top. And as we pray for you today, both of you will hit the top. Many years ago, I came to River State. I was in Lagos, then I came for a burial. And I ran into a friend. So I went to his house. I actually came for a burial. In that burial, that's his senior brother, lost his senior brother. I was in Lagos, I came to see him. And he had 2 other friends that were with him. So late in the night, everybody left. The 2 friends were with him. And 3 of them were praying. Then after that, he rose and became Deputy Controller General of Custom. Then the second friend became VC in Uniport. And the third friend became VC in UST. Can you see how God raised these 3 friends? What they used to pray. I don't know where you are today, but tomorrow God may make you the top people in this world. For a while, people that have been ruling River State, we are friends, maybe somewhere in some of the universities here. One became governor, and that one became chief of staff, and that one became local government chairman, and that one became the other one. And this group of friends, probably they were even in court. Do you understand? But one way or the other, now God can raise you and your friends, and God will raise you and your friends in Jesus' mighty name. Ladies and gentlemen, have I